Hey, Iowa, it's Congressman Nunn. We are back from our in-district work period where I heard from so many of you, both at the state fair and our county fairs, as well as across all 21 counties. Look, your ideas are now becoming law, and we're leading some of that legislation, including the Stock Act to stop members of Congress from trading on insider information, fighting to end veteran suicide, and working to hold the Chinese Communist Party accountable for their fentanyl distribution that's killing Americans in record numbers. Together, we're making D.C. a lot more like Iowa. I appreciate your support. Do you think members of Congress should be getting rich on insider information? I certainly don't, and I don't believe you do either. That's why I'm leading the Stock Act to hold Washington accountable. Right now, there's something called the Pelosi Tracker, which follows former Speaker Pelosi's stock trades, where she's outperformed the market by 45%. Clearly, insider trading. Look, this isn't a Republican or a Democrat issue. The reality is, members of Congress have enfranchised themselves by over $200 million based on insider information. After my combat service and before I entered public service, I sold all my stocks. I think it's important that we can trust our elected officials to be transparent and to be accountable. That's why I'm leading clear legislation to stop the corruption in politics. That means no more revolving door between being a member of Congress and becoming a lobbyist, holding Washington accountable with no insider information, and making sure elected officials are accountable to you. Together, we'll continue to fight for this and win. September is Suicide Awareness Month, and veterans are some of the most at risk to suicide. That first year between transitioning from active duty to the home front is when threats really appear. In fact, it's one of the reasons we're leading the Corporal Adam Lambert bill. It's named in honor of a gentleman from Adel who served overseas, lost his battle buddy when he came home, and then also lost his own life to suicide. Together, we can fight this epidemic by addressing PTSD, helping with mental health, and making sure that veterans are part of our community and feel welcome when they return home. But it's important that legislation won't be the only solution here. It depends on each one of us. Check on your wingman, help a battle buddy, call in on family. Together, we can help fight the scourge of suicide and make sure those community members feel welcome when they come home from service on the front line. Chinese-made fentanyl is the #1 cause of death, from teenage kids my son's age all the way up to folks my age. The threat is real. Most recently, Customs and Border Patrol seized 20,000 pounds of fentanyl at the U.S.-Mexico border. That's enough to kill 4 billion people. That's half the world's population. But we can stop it. In fact, that's why I'm proud to be leading the Stop Fentanyl Act that just passed the House overwhelmingly. We can save American lives today by passing this important legislation to call out China's illicit financing, stop their shipment to the cartels, and hold them personally accountable for the death of Americans. The next stop, on to the Senate for passage and President Trump's desk for signature. In case you missed it, we had the greatest Farmageddon showdown between Iowa and Iowa State. And whether you've been sending your kids back to school, as I just did with my daughter to Iowa State, go Cyclones, or being able to prepare for harvest, Iowa's got a great fall ahead of it. Football season, great weather, and the opportunity to really kick it off. Iowa, I'm proud to serve you, and I look forward to seeing you at the next game.